On this Make It Once video, I install a newer model year steering wheel. So I'm going to replace the steering wheel with the new one that I found, get this old broken one out. It's not terrible shape, but it has some chips. I just don't like the style. The horn ring isn't there. So usually there's two little retaining screws over here. This car is actually missing them, so this part kind of just comes out. The horn wire is plugged in there, so you can undo that. This is just the horn ring, and then the center net on this one is 1 1/16. And I don't have a puller, so I'm just going to use a trick that I kind of read about. I'm going to get the nut just to the end, but not take it all the way off, so that we just want a little bit of a gap so that I can get the wheel off and started. I've lined up the wheel so it's nice and straight, so the splines on the second one will come back. Oops. There we go. Careful with the wire. Again, we want the splines to be centered. Oh. Get this out of the way. Connector in there. So on the newer style, it's just a little piece of plastic trim. So go. I'm going to undo the wire just so I can get it out of the way. And I probably need an extension here. That doesn't fit. Alright, so I don't have an extension, so I'm just going to use a breaker bar. Hopefully I can get enough torque on this to get it down. So this is what it looks like from the top view. You can see the nut right in the center. Here's the horn ring, and my socket didn't go through that center hole there, so I had to remove it. And you got to be careful. There's some springs attached to it there, so they don't pop out. From underneath, there's this piece of plastic over here that holds the contact bushing, so that when the wheel spins, the horn wires don't get twisted up. And the nut right there pushes down and locks that all in place. So hopefully it doesn't crush the plastic that's there, since it's a different model year. The depth of the wheel might be a little bit different. As you can see, it's a little bit loose, so I got to tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Now feel some tension. The wobble's gone. The plastic didn't collapse. So now we can get this back in place. Okay, I found the last spring. Those things jump away in a hurry. It looks symmetric up and down, so I don't think I have to worry about that. Line it all up. The guy I bought this from said that he had a hard time finding the little badge, and this is old plastic. It's just being held by these little clips, so I'm going to be really gentle with this. Just a little bit of a wedge fit there. And there we go. Now, have a real problem if the splines weren't lined up, but there's a lot of slop in this, and I'm not totally sure I'm going to be able to know if I got the splines perfectly right. The slop isn't from the steering wheel, it's from down on the column. The bushings are pretty much destroyed, so that slop is going to be there until I change the bushings. The wheels are all lined up, so I think it's good.